And welcome back to Sports Page on GJRB Online on Spreaker across America as we do our special Saturday night edition of our sports talk show here on GJRB, KGRZ non-stop 9-foot FM signal, which is our closed circuit station. That's here on North here in Clinton, and on Spreaker, GJRB Online on the internet. GJRB Online on Spreaker. I bring you the best in stuff that, and I'm glad you can be with me today, tonight. I bring you the best in sports scores and fun on our frequency tonight on 9-foot, or, of course, joining us on the internet. And I'm glad you could be with me tonight for the Sports Page program. And, always glad that you could be part of the show. And, of course, like weekends, like even on Fridays, they were still like freestyle. So we already did our sports scores, so I'm going to kind of give you some sporting news at the top of the hour. It is 10 o'clock Central Time, 11 o'clock East, and 8 o'clock Pacific. Yeah, I'm Garyj. Glad you could be with me on GJRB on the Sports Page. And we just talked about this earlier, starting our thing. NFL denies contacting Donald Trump about scheduling clashes with the debate. The Republican presidential candidate says that he doesn't like going up against the NFL game, because he wants to watch it. Trump says that he's complaining to him about the debate schedule in a letter. In other sports scores, in other sporting news, okay, let's see, got here. In other sporting news, veteran wide receiver Andre Johnson is making an early impact on the Titans. After a 1-hour crash course of the coaches on Friday night, Andre Johnson took the field with the Titans, and Saturday immediately looked like a receiver who can love him. At this stage of his career, he was in many opportunities for him and gave him the opportunity and jumped on it. At times, Senator Johnson was in the second team and had chances against them both, Austin Hunter, and also in sports, we're going to be talking about later on. I'm going to give you my sports preview that's coming up as well. NFL's best and worst, we're going to take a look at that. And also a preview of this season's NFL games. All coming up on Sports Page on GJRB. Right now, though, let's get back into more of the sports. I'm Garyj. This is Sports Page on GJRB Online in Clinton and across America. Okay, so let's see what's coming up here. We've got some more sports stories, so we're going to get into them. As I said before, I'm going to go into that. As a matter of fact, part of our report here in golf. In golf, as you said earlier, there was a delay in the. They had a rain delay. Actually, they had a rain out in golf. There was a rain out. The PGA American at Montreal and lost. The insight is hindsight 2020. Closer examination. The choices be made by the PGA and American that could have at least imagine the situation facing the rest of the 98th PGA. The PGA Championship leaderboard right now, is showing Jimmy Walker on top with a 9 under par. Robert Strep, he is 9 under par. Jason Day, he's 7 under par. Chicago Cubs lost today in baseball. The Cubs lost the game, and we'll talk about that all coming up. Sports page on GJRB online on Spreaker across America and around the world. Glad you could be with me today. Tonight, I'm Gary J. Russin here on GJRB. And we got some more sports talk for you tonight, so I hope you'll stay with me. And if you'd like to be part of the conversation and be it, love to hear from you tonight. If you want to talk about any kind of sports, and I'm always glad to bring you this stuff. I love talking sports, so let's have a little bit of fun with it. I think it sounds like a good idea, and if you have some sporting stuff you'd like to talk about, what do you think about some of the games? What do you think about Donald Trump being a little upset because the debates are up against some NFL games? You know why? You know that one. And the reason why he's upset is because the debates are up against a football game that he probably wants to watch. I mean, you gotta think about that. I mean, he's a millionaire. He's probably got some. He's probably got some ongoing bets going on in some of these games. You know what I mean? I mean, you kind of figure that. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, he's gonna probably, he has a few things to say, and I'm sure he wanted to watch the games. I mean, true. Anyway, we'll be talking about that and a whole lot more on Sports Page tonight here on GJRB online on Spreaker across America and around the world. I'm Gary J. Russin. Number to call if you want to get on the program, and if you'd like to be part of the show, you can do that, and I'd love to hear from you. I have the chat rooms opened. I'm going to be visiting. We're going to scroll through social media, and I have a chance for you to talk to me there. I'm going to be all over the place, so you want to be part of the show, you can do that. All you got to do is just call me up on our cell line, area code 563-613-4260, or if you just want to chat with me in the chat room, all you do is click up that little icon on our GJRB widget on Spreaker there, and it'll take you into my chat room on my public site, and you can leave a message there. If you have a few things you want to ask, or want to ask a question about a player, or what I think about certain things, or just like that, or maybe if I have a fantasy, if I play something like fantasy golf, fantasy baseball, fantasy football, you can ask me that too, but I don't. I've been playing with the idea of doing some fantasy sports. It's a fantasy football. If you're familiar with it, it's where you, I guess they have what is it? You have a mock team. Is it mock teams? I don't know how that goes. I think we have a mock team or something like that, right? And you pick your players and stuff like that, something like that. I don't know. I'm not that great. I'm not that genius when it comes to sports. I mean, I don't know who to draft or anything like that. I don't know how that all works. So I don't know. I might someday play with it and figure out how to play this fantasy sports. But for right now, I don't really play fantasy sports. I've never really had the opportunity to learn it. If I could, I probably would play. But like I said, I'm not that up on sports. I follow sports whenever I can. I try to do that along with all the other stuff I do for this program or on that for this show, but I don't follow sports very, very, very closely that much. I do a lot of it, but it's it's just regular. I like follow sports whenever I can, but I'm not good at the sports stuff, all that, So if you like to get a part of that, you want to talk sports with me a little bit tonight, I'd love to hear from you on Gary J's Sports Page tonight here on GJRB Online. But top of the leaderboard, Jimmy Walker, and he is on the top of the leaderboard. Weather, sports every 10 minutes, weather on the 5s. I'll do another one in about 25, a few minutes, about 25 after. And along with that, I'll give you all the sports scores going on all around the scoreboard. So if you want to get into that, love to hear from you on the sports page tonight here on GJRB. Let's see. I'm going to go back into the sports page here, and if you another place that I'm on the air is on Pinterest. I've been liking them lately. I get a lot of the nostalgia stuff on there, and I'm gonna get it. I don't know. I'm gonna check and see. I never really checked to see if they had any Pinterest on old baseball cards and stuff. I have a friend of mine who used baseball cards, but he used them to make his bicycle sound like a motorcycle, so he was never into sports too much, so I can't really go to him. But if you are a sports fanatic or you like sports and you like to join in the program, I'd love to talk with you. Okay, let's see. I want to go into something. That's not where I want to go. Okay, I'm going to flip over to this one. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go up the page a little bit. Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk about this one. Alex Rodriguez. We're going to talk about him here. Before we do that, I'm going to do some of our trade deadlines and stuff. But right now, though, I'm going to do is I'm going to go and into my Yahoo, where a lot of times I get a better rundown of the scores than I do from my ESPN. So I'm going to do that because, as I always tell you, I always give you the scores every 10 minutes on Gary J's Sports Page here on GJRB Online. And let's see, I want to go here. Oh, here we go. Let's do some scores here. Okay. All right. Let's time now to do that. Where is it? Where are we here? Yes, here we are. Where are we here? I'm going to see here. Where are we here? I just lost myself here. Oh, here we are. I do that from time to time. I just do that. Okay, time now for sports scores every 10 minutes on GJRB on Sports Page here on GJRB Online. And take a look at some scores. Let's take a look at them again. Final score, White Sox after 10 innings over Minnesota, 6-5. And Kansas City tied all, 1-1, top of the ninth with Texas. Cincinnati also tied at 1 at the top of the ninth, at the bottom of the ninth. Okay, 1-1. Boston, middle of the sixth inning now. Los Angeles over Boston, 4-2. Arizona over Los Angeles, 3-0. The final scores now in Toronto over Baltimore, 9-1. Seattle, of course, beating the Cubs, 4-1. It's depressing. 5-3. San Francisco over Washington, 6-3 over New York. That's Tampa Bay over New York, 6-3. Miami beats St. Louis, 11-0. I think that's funny. 9-5. It's Philadelphia over Atlanta, 9-5. And that's sports scores. And of course, top of the leaderboard once again is Jay Walker. And as they suspended the we suspended the PGA Tour there. Okay? And that's a look at our sports scores here on GJRB Online here on Spreaker. And I'm Gary J. Wilson. And I hope you're enjoying the program. We call this Sports Page. And this is where we just kind of have a little bit of fun talking sports here on GJRB Online here on Spreaker. I'm glad you could be with me today as we continue our sports show. Garyj Sports Page is kind of an abbreviated edition tonight here